Hey guys, welcome in to LazyCon. We are doing a tutorial on how to build a sniffer farm. Now Sniffers just dropped in 1.2. They dropped some cool seeds for some cool plants. Hopefully more later because they're not very good right now as far as the amount of stuff you get out for the work you're going to have to put in to get it. But I've built us a lovely modular sniffer farm. It's very lag friendly, it's very efficient. And I think you're gonna want it in your world. There's a lot of ways to do this, but these things take so long to do their thing that you're gonna want to make it as lag friendly and easy as possible, and be able to stack as many as you need for your needs. So let's get in how to build this. I think you're gonna like it. Very simple to build. That's what I like about it. And it's very low lag and very modular. So you can make as many of these as you want. It's not going to hurt your server lag, and it's easy to tile them. So what I've been doing is I start off about 4 high because I like my storage system to be below it. You can obviously do that wherever you want to. Now, the main platform is an 8x7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's for the water. All right, now let's just surround this with some building blocks. This part doesn't matter. This is just all aesthetics for you. And leave 1 at the end for the trough. Now let's put down 8 dispensers. Here, you'll see why it's 7x8 in a little bit. We're going to fill all of these with water. All right, now we got that. We're going to go 3 high with the walls, because when water comes out, these guys will float. So you're going to want to make sure that you have 3 high so that they don't escape. I don't want to do glass blocks under the, grass blocks under the glass, because they will try to get to those and then that will be bad. So you want to only keep grass in the 8x7 area. Now the over here above the trough, we're going to put down another line of wall here. And don't need this, but it's nice. All right, under the glass, we're going to throw in trapdoors. Because what happens is the baby sniffers are small enough to fit under there when the water pushes. So you're going to need trapdoors to keep them from going through here. All right, we got our trough. Let's go ahead. All right, so this is where your storage will go. Right there. Let's go ahead and fill this in so we can make water flow. And you'll see where all this comes together in a minute. All right, we got that. Let's get our water bucket. And there we go. So that's why we're going 8 wide, because that's the extent that the water can get to, which is nice. And it puts just all the seeds there. Now, for the 7, reason why we did 7 deep. So that when these go, they push all the seeds right into there. So this is your basic premise of the farm. What's going to happen is the water will push the seeds down there, then it will recede, and the sniffers will look again. I did this size because I just wanted 1 water trough. I wanted to make it tillable. Obviously, if you wanted to do it bigger, you could, but I'll tell you why you don't want to do that in a minute when we start discussing the sniffers mechanics a little bit more. Next, let's build our timer so that we can get these guys opening, closing nicely. So let's go boop. Yep. And we need our repeaters. So I just put a repeater here on one tick so that the torch tends to be a little bit fast. So sometimes I like to just go ahead and give it an extra tick just to make sure that the torch signal is slow enough that it actually activates everything. So we'll do a one tick on this, and then we'll do 4 repeaters with a full 4 tick delay. That gives us enough time that this sets off these dispensers, and then these turn off these dispensers basically. So you'll see we'll do our boop. Turns it on, turns it off. Very simple, easy to do. It keeps the water on for the minimal amount of time that you need it to be on, but long enough that the seeds all get washed into the trough. Okay, so now that we've got our timer set up, we need to set up our hopper clock. Now, you can put this anywhere if you want to do just one of these, but if you're going to do modular, what we want to do is bring it out, bring it in, and then go straight down to the ground there. All right, so we've got our, this is where our hopper clock will go. So let's start off there, and then we'll just build it backwards from that area. Now I like to fill it up all the way. That gives us a nice, pretty close to 5 minutes, which is the maximum time things will live before they despawn, which is perfect for this. Then we just do a little torch tower up, and there we go. So now every time that that goes this way, it will trigger that, kick off the dispensers. So there we go. So that's it. That's your farm. What I would suggest is to put 4 sniffers into each one. I wouldn't put more than that. We'll talk about the mechanics of sniffers here for a second. Okay, so let's talk about sniffers. Sniffers will find a seed about every 8 minutes. They mark the block that they found the seed in, and they will not go back there until they have found seeds in 20 other blocks. And then the memory of that first block will fall off. And then it'll be able to go back to that block after 20 blocks. So that's why you want to make sure you have at least 20 blocks in there. The sniffer memories are not collective, so 4 sniffers can do the same block and find a seed in it. It's not a problem. But if you have too many sniffers in here, then they will crowd around and they'll start blocking each other off from finding new blocks. See how they're all just pushing each other around so they can't get to new blocks? It's very difficult. But the water is also good for that because it pushes them away and lets them spread back out again. So I found that's very helpful in that sense. It takes about 20 minutes for a sniffer egg to hatch. You can take the, let's see, torch flower seeds, and you can breed up sniffers, and then they'll have little babies. There we go. And that's how you get your 4 in here. Is what I would suggest is start with 2 and then start breeding them up. Never have more than 4 in one of these little modulars. Oop, there we go. You got yourself a sniffer egg. Plant it down. Let it grow. Before 1.20 came out, sniffers were able to find seeds in any farmable block, mud, moss, anything like that. But now, for some reason, they can only find them in grass. One problem with that is sniffer eggs will hatch twice as fast on moss. So you could put some moss in here, and then that would help your sniffers grow up. But honestly, this farm's so slow, you're not gonna notice. So just put them down and let them do their thing. All right. Now, if you want to tile this, obviously, you just build the same thing, but mirrored the other direction, and then you go there. The water brings it into there. The next thing you want to do if you're tiling them is to get rid of this section here so that you can build them straight up. And then all the water just drops everything down a single pipe. very simple, very easy to do. Also, on mine, I have them all coming to a central storage location. I'm just using a water stream to go around the hopper clock here. As you can see, just water going through here, and then coming out there into that chest. So this farm is very slow, not because of the design, but because of the sniffers. But you'll get about, I would say, 100 per hour of each thing with 6 of these modules on each side. So 12 total sniffer modules. Get about 100 an hour so of each seed, which is, you know, not great, but that's just the mechanics of the game. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, let me know, and we can work on this, make it a little bit better as we go. Now on this one, obviously I put in frog lights in the middle because when you stack them, you're going to want to make sure it's spawn proof and that the grass can grow if the water turns it into dirt for some reason. Otherwise, you're pretty set to just stack this thing as big and high as you want. So hope you guys found that helpful, and tune in. Autocraft Season 4 starting soon, and it's going to be just a banger. I mean, you can look at my skin and see things are just going to be awesome all day. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.